Okay, maybe now. Let me know if you can hear me now. Yeah, I was a bit late, but please let me know if you can hear me now. Okay. Yeah. Hello, Colin. Hello, Davidas, Cornelius. Nice to see you all. So yeah, it's just gonna be a bit of a variety stream, I guess. I don't have like any very specific plans. I'm just gonna go through some of the things. Hello, AIPG. Sorry. Yeah, for some reason my mic was turned off. I don't know why, but yeah, like you can probably see from the title, I'll be just doing some weird stuff, I guess, with this code here. So what I was trying to do was just to create this, I called it like Inception. So I don't know how to explain it. It's more like let's say you have, like we write the first code here, right? And this code is gonna generate some new code, right? That is gonna be executed and do something. And that is kind of the idea. So we create a code to actually create a new code that's gonna be executed to do something. I might as well just show you here. Okay, I'm gonna set you up on that. Did you send me an email or are you on the Discord? Just let me know in the chat here and I can probably help you. Also, LTB, like I just said, if you don't have access yet, if you didn't send me a mail or anything, or you are on the Discord, I can probably help you out there. So yeah, so basically this is kind of an extension of what I did yesterday's video. So let's say we have this kind of complicated prompt here, but the idea is that, I don't know if everyone can see this now. I hope so. I'm gonna cut it down a bit here. That's fine, I think. So basically, here is where kind of we can give instruction what we want. So this is open up Notepad and write a love letter to Maria. That is gonna be down on our second layer. So kind of my inspiration was the Inception movie, where they had these different layers of dreams, right? So that is kind of what I wanted to try to replicate. So let me just show you quickly if we do one task here. So the thing is, we don't really know what kind of code GPT-4o is gonna write for this. So if we go Python AI engineer 3, so this is hopefully gonna open up Notepad and write a love letter on our second layer. So that is gonna open up a new terminal. Let's just see what happens when I run this now. Something I've been just playing around with. I don't even know the use case for this, but it's just funny. So here we can see the code that was generated. So this has some sub-processes to open up the terminal. But here we got some errors, right? So let me just check something. Hello 24/7. Hello Night Spider. Nice to see you back again. That's cool. So let's just test this. I just want to see here. Did I? Yeah, we are running the GPT-4o, right? Yeah, so let me just try. So this is going to be random every single time. A big goal of mine is code that autocorrects errors. Yeah, that's cool. Hello, John Davis. Nice to meet you. So when we run it again now, I can't really see what kind of code it's gonna run because it's hidden in the second layer. So you can see now it opened up Notepad and it did it twice, but it is writing. Is it something? It's trying. So I'm gonna try to create some kind of feedback loop. Yeah. Hello, Noor. Bonomo. Nice to meet you. Okay, so we kind of wrote the letter here. Dear Maria, blah, blah, blah. With all my love. Okay, so that's fine. So let's close this. But I can't really see the code on the second layer, but we can open it up, I think. Here, main.py. And here we can... Yeah, here we can see the code that was generated for the second layer. I don't know why it included this. So let's remove this and save it. Let's try a different problem. If someone has IDs. Hello, Charles. All the way from Nigeria. That's far away from me, at least. Let's do open up MS Paint and draw a circle. Let's try that. So I also want to kind of get down to the third layer, but my issue was that I can't really use the OpenAI to write code with down on that layer. So it's kind of complicated, but it's something fun. Okay, so there was some error here. Let's just try again. So every time we run it, it's gonna be like a different code down on the second layer, right? So we can't really see it. Hi, citizen. Hi from Australia. Nice to see you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm using Notepad on the videos. Hi, Frederick. Nice to meet you. Did anything happen here? I think it crashed. It looks the same live. Yeah, kind of. So another thing we're gonna do today is I've been looking at this hybrid search using RAG. So we're gonna do both, not just doing semantic search. We're gonna use keyword search too. Okay, so now we kind of open up Paint here. So that seems to work. But it didn't draw any circles. I guess that's not so easy. Hello, Chris Brown. Tremslol, hello. Okay, so we didn't get any circles, but I can draw one. Let's see what else we can do. Circle drawn successfully. Nope. I had some problems here. Let's try this. So this is another thing you can do. Last stream we played around with this playwright library that can kind of do actions. So let's see if we can use playwright to open up a browser and navigate to the Hacker News website kind of down on the second layer. So let's try it. So this is just kind of what I like to do with LLMs, coding. I just like to try weird stuff. This is not really something that is very useful, but you learn from it, right? You kind of learn how to kind of... Okay, so let's see if this script is gonna run now. Yeah, you can see we open up a browser and yeah. Screenshot saved. Okay, so it actually took a screenshot. I don't know the... Where is that? Let's see. Okay. So this is, what do we call this folder? Learn? Or is it? Let's just do AI eng 2 and let's find, okay, so we took a screenshot of this. I can't help as you're on Windows. It strikes me that application expose APIs and local LLMs can create some powerful integration. Yeah. Hello, Lurch. Nice to meet you. I'm on Mac Linux. It strikes me application exposes APIs, then local LLMs can create some powerful. Yeah, have you played around with function calling, John? I think it's cool. I don't know what kind of function calls you have tried out, but I know a lot of people are using function calls just to do something. Or for something more aligned, computer control, search for a folder. Let's try to, yeah, me too. It is interesting, the function calling, but I haven't really found like some. I think one of the best use cases I have done with function calling is actually just turning stuff into JSON and structured data. So you have like, let's just say you have some big unstructured data, right? And you can call a function that will turn that into, let's say, JSON or some other structured format. I think that's a good function call at least. And we had some other ones too. So what was I doing here? Yeah, using Playwright, right? I had some other stuff too. I haven't really played around that much with it. Let's try to open up a folder. So John writes, I can see this is the way Apple is going. If we can have local LLMs on devices and include apps in functions, that is pretty exciting. Yeah, I agree. So basically, I'm not 100% sure how Apple is doing it, but it must be some kind of semantic search, right? So they kind of have this embeddings of what everything you've done on your iPhone locally. My school has a spot quadruple from Boston MX, and I need to create a program that can talk to the kids. Yeah, that's cool. Maybe just use some simple local LLM or something. I don't know if it's connected to like the web or an API. Hi Colin, September onwards I will be president of AI Society at my university. Okay, that's cool. Ever considering hosting an online workshop? Yeah, I might consider that. Just send me an email. You can find it on my YouTube page if you want to try that. Current session, I tried to subscribe to your newsletter and got some access to your course. I don't have any courses, Lurch, but yeah, my newsletter is it's been down prioritized, so sorry about that. I think kind of the best place if you kind of want some more content is consider becoming a member or just follow along on YouTube. So you can send me an email again if you want to, and I might check it out. Lurch. Okay, so I kind of lost my thread here, where I was going with this. So yeah, like I said, I don't have any really plans with this code. This is just something I span off kind of yesterday's Python code, where we actually use this to kind of, we can open it up and do a few runs with it. So that was the text problem, right? In case you missed yesterday's video. So John, I would guess Apple is using a using permissions wall, and then dynamically calling into apps. Yeah, of course. That sounds plausible. Because they have to, of course, maybe see what you're doing inside the apps too. So maybe you have to opt in first, I guess. It's probably opt in. It's not probably opt out, right? That's typical Apple, I think. I don't think you have to opt out, I think. So yeah, in case you missed yesterday's video, so this is basically what we took a look at. So let's say we have like a problem or some kind of question here. So I tried to make up my own riddle. What is round and has pits in it and can drive far? So I was thinking about a golf ball. I don't know if pits is the right, maybe it's dents. So that is kind of our question, or yeah, whatever, problem. And then we can take a bunch of different local models. So let's do the full list here and see what kind of model is actually performing best according to GPT-4o. So GPT-4 Turbo, excuse me, is gonna evaluate the answers. Dimples, yeah, that's probably more correct. Let's do that. Dimples. Dimples. Yes, let's try that. Okay, so we can just close this. We can do Python text.py. So I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but basically now we're gonna go through Qwen 2 rather than Qwen. Yeah, I might try Qwen 2. Just give me a sec. So we can go through every single model here. So Mistral is answering, a golf ball fits these criteria perfectly. Yeah, that's good. That was what I was thinking about. Yes, and it kind of picks up on the driving far. The multi-LLM check, right video? Yeah, I've added the code now, Night Spider. Okay, so CodeStroll answered. Yeah, it also talked about golf balls. Phi 3. Can't really see here. It's kind of hard to tell. We could just wait for GPT-4's answer here also. Gemma Alama 3 said a car tire. Okay. I guess it put too much emphasis on the drive part. So Llama 3 thought it was a car tire. Gemma 7B said golf ball. Yeah, that's good. So Magic Coder actually wrote a Python code. And the answer was, I can't really see. Qwen 14B is saying a golf ball. A different version, a small white spear with small dimples across its surface. Yeah. Let me know in the chat if you have any other things we can test with. Some logical problem or some riddle or anything. So best performing model on this question was Mistral. Detailed, logical and structural approach to solving the riddle. Step-by-step reasoning, arriving at the correct answer. I don't know why it kind of picked Mistral. Clear, thorough and directly addressed the requirements. So GPT-4 Turbo picked Mistral. So what was the answer for Mistral? was kind of short, so that's good. At least I like that. So yeah, that is kind of what I spun this. So what I was doing in the start of the stream, kind of what I spun this Inception LLM part from this code here. So yeah. Has the temperature level 0 to 1 an impact of the result? Yeah, it should have, right? Because if you think about temperature or softmax, so for the evaluator, GPT-4 Turbo in this case, I don't know what we should put it at. We don't need determinism so much here, but like I like to say, if there's something you want to be deterministic, put it at 0. If you're doing some creative writing, then you can put it higher, right? I think it actually goes to 2. So you could experiment with this, but like if I want a deterministic output, let's put it to 0. If you don't care, let's put it to 0.5. If you want creative, diverse results, try to put it higher, I guess. So that is kind of the thing. I made a short video on this, like determinism and LLMs and traditional software. And yeah, that is kind of the big difference, right? We can't control this like you can with traditional software, right? There's no way we can actually control 100% the output. Like, I don't think so, at least not 100%. So it is interesting. So let me try to test one more thing here. So I had this riddle that I got from Matthew Berman that I used in a video. I can't really remember it now. It's something about some microwave or something. Let me see if I can find it here. It's just a mess here. I can't really remember when I used it. Maybe it was here. Yeah, here it is. Marble problem. So I asked Matthew if I can use it. Okay, John. Have a great day. And yeah, tune in later if you want to. Thanks for coming by. So let's try this marble problem here. So I can read it out if you can't see it. So basically, I'm gonna remove this. Assume the laws of physics on Earth. A small marble is put into a normal cup. The cup is placed upside down on the table. Someone takes the cup without changing its orientation and puts it inside the microwave. Where is the marble now? So basically the answer here is of course that when we put the marble in a cup and the cup is placed upside down on the marble, on the table, it's gonna drop down to the table. But a lot of LLMs gets confused on this and just answers wrong. So let's run this through our evaluator now and see if any of these LLMs could get this correct. And also, we're gonna run the problem is also gonna be run by GPT-4 Turbo. And if GPT-4 Turbo gets this wrong, then the evaluation falls down, right? Because the evaluator needs to have the answer to evaluate the outputs, right? So let's see it. So Mistral answered, most likely that the marble will not end up inside the microwave, discarded, or placed back on the table. Yeah, that's kinda good. In the worst case scenario, if someone manages to close the microwave door with the marble inside, create a short circuit. Strange and very vague answer. Codestral said that the marble is most likely still at the bottom of the cup and placed inside the microwave. That's wrong. Phi3 says the marble will remain inside, located inside its upside down cup. Located outside? I don't know. Strange. Llama 3 says the marble remains at the bottom inside the microwave. That's wrong. Gemma got it wrong. Magic Coder. Couldn't really read the answer, it's so long. Something about the bottom of the microwave. Again, I actually think GPT-4 Turbo gets the answer wrong here. So, pretty strange. Is it possible, like deep learning, have the accuracy or info to know if the result is true answer or more hallucination? Ooh, that's a hard question. Deep learning have the accuracy or info to know if the result is a true answer. I can't really answer that. I'm not quite sure, like... You mean like if a model can have the true answer? I'm not 100% sure about that. Like, I have not trained any model. Like, I guess you could like manipulate models to think they have the true answer in the data set, right? But if the data set only has true answers, then it probably should, right? So this didn't work. Okay. So yeah, we might come back to this Inception LLM thing later. But before, I was a bit late. I was just doing something. So let me just exit this. So this is something else I've been just trying out lately. And this is, before we take a look at this, I just want to check out. Let me see here. So here it is. Whoa, that's bright. So this is what I've been looking into. Hybrid search in RAG, right? That's a bit big. So let me just read the introduction here, maybe. In the context of RAG pipelines, developers are actively exploring the complexities of achieving production-ready performance. Analogs to various endeavors, Pareto principle applies here as well. While accomplishing the initial 80% is relatively straightforward, the remaining 20% required for full production readiness presents significant challenges. Yeah, that is kind of true, right? So, Night Spider, you say, seems like an interesting way to expand the code would be to add an additional layer where GPT-4o determines the type of question, chooses the model. Yeah, I have some ideas, something in that way to kind of expand on that. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, so Philip, yeah, you can see probably I got your mail. Can you recommend an open source TTS from GitHub that supports laugh, etc.? Cognitive. Support laughs. Yeah, did you check out Chat TTS? Chat TTS, I think. So I have done a video on it. They have a GitHub. Let me find the GitHub. Here it is. So they support, you can see here there's something called advanced usage, and they have sentence level manual control. They have laugh, but you have to place it in here, right? So here he kind of slots in the input laugh in these brackets. So definitely check out ChatTTS. I also have a video on the channel, so you can check that out. Yeah, do that. Coding models, logic models, set, general Q&A. Yeah, I think we definitely could build onto this script, right? But where was I? Yeah, I was talking about this hybrid search on RAG I've been looking at. I don't think I'm gonna really read everything here, but let's just read this section. So at its core, hybrid search is akin to Alchemist's concoction. That's a strange word. Seamlessly merging disparate search algorithms to distill a portion of unparalleled relevance. Picture traditional keyword-based search as a sturdy foundation rooted in precise terms matching but vulnerable to the whims of typos and synonyms. Synonyms. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, so keyword search, if you do typos, that's not gonna work, right? So the kind of the opposite end is vector or semantic search that introduces a shimmering veil of context awareness, transcending linguistic barriers and typographical errors. By fusing these elements, hybrid search births a synergy that transcends the limitations of individual methodologies, unveiling a treasure trove. And this wording, is this written by ChatGPT or digital clutter? Very difficult language. So that is kind of the idea, right? So if we scroll down here, implementation of the hybrid search process. So the idea, of course, is that we have keyword-based search and vector-based search. So by leveraging the strength of both approaches, hybrid search, more accurate and relevant results. So that is what we are going to take a quick look at now. So yeah, I guess you kind of know already what semantic search is or vector search. So I'm just going to kind of focus here on the keyword-based search. So this is kind of what I followed. So keyword-based search, sparse vector search relies on generating sparse embeddings where most values in the vector are 0, except for a few non-zero values. These sparse embeddings are created using algorithms such as BM25, which builds upon the term frequency inverse document frequency approach. Keyword-based search, also known as sparse vector search, relies on generating sparse embeddings where most values in the vector are 0, except for, yeah, I think we already read that. So basically, this seems to be written by ChatGPT, right? Repeats the same paragraph twice. Who agrees? But anyway, in keyword-based search, pre-processing, sparse embedding generation, query embedding, similarity calculation, and ranking. As a subscriber, I couldn't access your speech-to-speech with RAG code from your video. I can't see anymore. You have a question? Yeah, the speech-to-speech, that is, the code is for members. So if you are a member, are you a subscriber or a member, Chris? Okay, so here is kind of the Python code I use to implement this keyword search. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but it's basically all of these steps. So pre-processing, creating embeddings, query embeddings from our query, do a quick similarity calculation based on cosine, and we're going to rank it, right? Paying member, yeah, then you should have access. Can you also send me an email so I can just add you? So what I went ahead and did is, if you take a look at our old RAG system using Ollama here, so this is open source, we basically have a pretty straight up with only semantic search. So this is a video I did a while back. And the new RAG is called RAG 3. So we added keyword search here. I can zoom in a bit. Right, so you can see keyword search. And we're gonna kind of mix up, so we're gonna get both. We're gonna retrieve from our document or our embeddings. We're gonna retrieve both keywords, keyword search part and a semantic search part, and add all of that into our input prompt, right? So we have pre-process, keyword search. We're gonna do the cosine, and we're gonna return ranked documents. And this is gonna be used in our relevant context, right? Down here. So we're gonna search keyword, semantic, and we can get both semantic and keyword. So that is the idea. So I kind of wanted to test this out, and yeah, do that. Yeah, like Enrico said, if you're on the Discord, that's easy too. So yeah, I went ahead, I found Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So I kind of wanted to turn this into just a text file that we can test this on. So if I zoom out a bit again, we have this upload function here, right? I'm just gonna run this, and I'm gonna upload a PDF, I think, maybe. Or was it a text file? Can't really remember now. Just give me a second. I think it was PDF, yeah. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So we're gonna embed that. First, we're gonna turn it into chunks, and then we're gonna embed it. So if we look at our vault.txt now, you can scroll down a bit. You can see we have the full Harry Potter book here. Yeah, that's kind of chunks of 1,000 on every single line here, right? Okay, so that's good. So let's try our original with only semantic search. Illegal to use Harry Potter for this. No, it's not illegal. It's just, I'm not gonna do anything. This is just for my own use case. I'm not gonna do anything commercial with it. So, nope, you're fine. Yeah, where was I? Yeah, I'm just gonna run this as semantic search now. So let me just open a terminal. Let's close this. We don't need that. So I'm just gonna do, we're gonna clear our cache too. So let's do Python rag.py clear cache. Create some new embeddings from our Harry Potter book. And these embeddings are going to be cached, so the next time we use them, we don't need to spend this 20 seconds. So here's our JSON. So you can see all the embeddings from the Harry Potter book are here now. Big list of embeddings, right? And that is our semantic search. We can start asking questions. But I want to open up a new terminal so we can compare this now. And let's do our rag 3, Python rag3.py. Yeah, we don't need to clear the cache now. So you can kind of see now we have already cached this, so we get straight into it. So I went to ChatGPT, I think. I hope I did. And I wanted to questions about Harry Potter. So I wanted to ask some questions from the book that kind of needs special details that we can test on our system. So one question it suggested was, what is the color of Hogwarts Express? So let's try that. So the answer was red. So let's start by running with only semantic search. What is the color of Hogwarts Express? So let's see if we can find that using only semantic search. So you can see the response is, the Hogwarts Express is not specifically described as having a particular color in the given text. Okay. So that was the answer from only using semantic search. And let's try it with using the hybrid search. So you can see now, here is semantic context pulled. That is kind of the blue part. But I'm not sure how quite is it working? Yeah, you can see we have the train here. But there are definitely something that is not optimized here. I might look into that later. But other than that, the Hogwarts Express is a Scarlet steam engine. Seriously ask, how much of this is running on your local device? Yeah, 100% of this is running on my GPU, right? So no, this you can use this offline if you wanted to. There is an Obsidian plugin that tracks the changes of files since last run and adds the RAG. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Living RAG system. Yeah, someone else mentioned, maybe it was you on the last stream, that Obsidian has this some kind of built-in RAG. I haven't tried it out. But here you can kind of see the difference, right? We have keyword context and we have the semantic context. But there's definitely something wrong here with the semantic context. Yeah, I should have probably had looked into that before I started the... yeah. Okay, I have to look into that later. But you can see that keyword search is working, right? So a scarlet, isn't scarlet red? Is scarlet red? I think so. Okay, let's hope so. And some other question was, how is the entrance to platform described? The answer is between platform 9 and 10 at King's Cross Station. But now I can kind of see that the semantic search is not working as intended. Scarlet is a shade of red. Okay, that's what I thought. So let's just try the semantic search again. How is the entrance to platform 9 3/4 described? But the issue is, like, it doesn't seem that we are actually matching up here. So that is kind of takes away the purpose of this if the semantic search is wrong, right? At least this is wrong. A wide opening in a cliff face. But let's try the keyword search version. What kind of machine are you using? Trying to gauge what kind of hardware is taking. So I am on a NVIDIA 4080, so that's 16 gigabytes of VRAM. And I kind of forgot what kind of CPU I'm on now. Can't really remember. I think it's an is it AMD? I think it's AMD maybe. Can't remember now. The entrance to the platform is not directly described, but it's mentioned that there are 2 visible platforms, number 9 and 10. Okay. So better. What if we run it again? It's probably going to be the same answer, right? Has to be. So what model are we running? We are running, is it Mistral? Can't remember now. So let's look at our YAML file. Mistral, yeah. Okay, that should be good. Are you updating to the 1590 when it comes out? Most of my machines are heavy CPU based and lower on GPU. Yeah. So I think you can run something on the CPU, but you're gonna miss the parallelization, right, of a GPU. The 1590, my plan is to maybe ask if Nvidia wants to kind of sponsor some graphics card for me. Or just buy it. That's the plan. Yeah, I don't need that. But thanks, that's kind. Okay, so let's try just a different question, just to see how the search holds up here. What color are Dumbledore's robe when Harry first see him? I wonder what the answer is. Deep purple robe. Okay, so let's try it out. So let's do the semantic. Yeah, I have some contacts on Nvidia. Okay, so now kind of the semantics are bringing up Dumbledore, but we don't see anything about a specific color. So let's try the hybrid search version. Deep purple was the answer. So it's not described here. Okay. So what I wanted to try, one last thing, was to actually increase the number of fetched chunks. So if we go to our config, we can select from semantic search. Let's do 10. Let's fetch the top 10 results. And on the keyword search, let's fetch top 10. That means that the input prompt is going to be quite big, but let's try it. So this is something you can also play around with while using RAG if you want to maybe get better results. Okay, rag.py, Python rag 3py. I do have a multi-node computer. I built for a course trying to figure out how many nodes apply. 4070 super decent for AI generation. 47 super. Do you know what kind of RAM that has? Is it 16? I think like you can probably run Llama 8B and stuff on like a 8 GB VRAM, maybe 4 too. But I usually say like 16 and upwards is kind of nice to have. That's kind of my idea. Okay, so where was I? Let's try the Dumbledore question again. Now that we have actually fetched more. Let's see if we can get more results now. So you can see now we kind of bring in 10 chunks instead of those 5. But here we can see the color of Dumbledore's robes is not specific. However, it can be inferred that he is wearing a long purple robe with gold edging when they meet in the office later in the story. Okay, so is that taken from the training data or is it taken from the context? That's kind of hard to tell. So let's do the same here. I don't have exact control of every single NVIDIA GPU. Okay, so we don't get the answer to that. Let me find a more specific. Question. Describe the van that chooses Harry. I'm just gonna try some different questions here. So this is really, it's not really, it's more like learning this. It's not, I just want to find out what we can do with this. So this is from the semantic search. So the van is described as a magic wand that Harry has been looking forward to obtaining. No specific detail. Okay. Unique and powerful magical instrument. Beechwood wand with a dragon heartstring core. Measuring 9 inches and flexible. Okay, so again, I think the hybrid search got the better answer here. It also has much more context, right? So that is interesting. Let's see what GPT-4o says here. Yeah, 11 inches long. Phoenix feather core. Okay, so I guess I guess this was just hallucinations then. Interesting. Okay. It says Phoenix tail feathers here. A bit of vague result here, I think. Any plans for getting more into the GUI side of things? Get more. So you mean like UI and stuff? I might do that. It is at least interesting, but it's like, I don't know how much time I want to spend creating a nice UI for like just some, I don't know what you call it, not research, but what I like to do is just test a bunch of different stuff. I don't build any apps or anything like that. I just want to test, see what works, what can I improve. But of course, I might do some generative UI, like you said. That could be interesting. So yeah, I might take a look at that. Is it possible that 4o is using all the books for context, whereas your local only has the first book? Yeah. I guess 4o has, of course, all the Harry Potter books in the data set, and I actually think like Llama 3 and Mistral should probably also have Harry Potter in the data set, right? But it's not using it for context. It's more like that it was trained on the books, like in the data set. But I don't know how hard it is actually to, because if we write Dumbledore, let's say, to fetch from a big book, Dumbledore is going to be mentioned many times, right? Yeah, I think so. And it might be you might need a better embeddings model or a better setup to get exactly what you want. But that's kind of what I wanted to do on hybrid search. So another thing I have been looking at in this area, we can just kill this. It's something very experimental, right? And that is kind of, what did I call it? SQL RAG. That's what I call it. I know the code is probably a bit small here. I can try to do something like this. Alright. But I'm just gonna do like a high overview. So it's basically the same setup, but I wanted to kind of connect this to for this time it's gonna be like a fake SQL database, just a local one or some I'm gonna show you. But in the future I might try to set this up with a real SQL database. With vo.des, you can make GUI in a couple of minutes and drop it into intersecting Next.js project. Okay, I might try that. Let's say I have a backend project next time. I can try one of these AI UI builders. That could be cool. Kind of never thought of that. Yeah. So I can kind of review the GUI builder and kind of check out the experiment project. Yeah, I might do that. It's a good idea. Okay, so back to this. So basically what I wanted to test out is that can we have, if we take a look at my fake database here, I just put in some data here. So we have John Doe, age 30, occupation, software engineer. I tried to make some additional information here. Can it be better with the vector database? So you mean like the SQL? Yeah, that's what I've been just looking at. Can RAG be a database, basically? Because we can combine it with different stuff. I'm going to show you now. Yeah, I had some issues with this adding these properties here in our table. But basically, we have 6 different people here. We have their age, their occupation, and kind of what they do. So that is the data we have on these people. So we can just call this our SQL database, right? With some information about different people. So that is the idea. And we're gonna embed this, turn them into embeddings, right? And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So we're gonna go through all of this. So basically we're gonna embed this table into embeddings, right? But the twist is, you can see we have these names. So we have Bob Brown, John Doe, Julie Peterson. So what I went ahead and did is I created, see if I can find it here. Yeah, it was a bit hard to read here. But basically what this is a news article. So local artist Bob Brown sues neighbor John Doe over a tree dispute. So it's basically a big article, right? But I have to find where it kind of ends. And let me just see. Let's remove all this because this is the Harry Potter part. And let me go find here the article we wrote. I think it should be here somewhere. I just wrote this article just to use in this case. Here it is. Local artist Bob Brown sues neighbor John Doe over tree dispute. So this is the news article. So I'm just gonna copy that. Let's just paste it in here. Oh, let's not do that. Let's save it to our random file here, right? And then we're gonna run upload to get it chunked, upload text file. Let's do learn. What did I call it? Was it random? Random text. Oh, I'm not in the learn, I'm in the live part, right? Okay, so random So we uploaded that. And if we look at the vault now, okay, that was a bit strange. Let me try that again. Let me try again. So let's upload text file random. Okay, there we got it. So you can see we kind of chunked our news article here about John Doe and Bob Brown. And so what I wanted to try was to, if we can run Python fake db.py to embed our fake SQL database. Hi, I have a question. I want to use the company's data. Should we go for RAG or fine tuning? Let's say the data would change in a short period of time. Every day. Yeah, I see. So for that, I would definitely use RAG, like, because if you have to update the data every single time, that's gonna be crazy expensive using fine tuning. Because then you kind of have to run the fine tune every single time you have new data. That's what I would do, like, at least start with that. I don't know, what were you leaning towards? I would definitely start out with RAG and see if it works. Is that what you had in mind too? Okay, so we have embedded our database SQL setup. And then we can run, let's say, Python, what did I call it? SQL database, and let's clear our cache. Yeah, so you were thinking the same, right? Yeah, I think that's a good start, yeah. Okay, so now we have embedded our SQL database and our news story. So I can start asking some questions. So let's do... John, I actually think I actually sent you an invite today. I remember your name. So you should have the invite. Check your email. So yeah, back to the question. So let's ask, who is Bob Brown? Right? And then you can see, of course, we're gonna pull the semantic context from our vault now, because the story is quite short. So we're gonna pull the full story. But in the story, we don't have any idea of how old Bob is, right? Yeah, so the keyword search is gonna be the same, right? And let's see if we can follow up. So with the semantic context here from our database, we kind of get our table here, right? So Bob Brown is a local artist and painter. Yeah, he's filed a lawsuit against his neighbor John Doe for allegedly cutting down a large tree. Okay, if we ask, how old is Bob Brown? So the ID, you can see Bob Brown is 40 years old. So the idea is that we can... Okay, so you got it, that's cool. So my idea was that we can kind of combine, let's say you have a database with some information that is maybe on a, it could be on the cloud or just a database anywhere. And you can kind of combine this SQL database. You can embed that and kind of combine it with some other embeddings from some other source. In this case, this is the news story, right? And together we can kind of get a better picture, right? So that is kind of what I was thinking about this. I just created this today just for the test, so I'm gonna work a bit more on it and see where this could take us. Anyone used Graph, Neo4j plus RAG? I have not tried that yet, Dog Breath. Do you have any experience with it? Is it working good? Who is representing Brown? And how old is the lawyer? So that was basically my idea. So I kind of want to pull from both our SQL. Like you can see, Julie Pearson, who is a lawyer, is representing Bob Brown in the legal proceedings. She's 33 years old. So you can see we actually get the age from the SQL database, but we get the other information from the news article, right? No experience yet, trying to code something up at the moment. Okay. Yeah. If you have any, if it's working good, please let us know. So yeah, that is kind of what I was thinking about. Like I said, I haven't really explored this other than these data here. So basically it's just a table with some information. Cool. And yeah, we can kind of combine it with some other data using embeddings. So could be interesting to think of using RAG as some kind of database, but is it reliable enough? You kind of want a database to be deterministic, right? So every single request you make to a database, you kind of want it to be working. I don't know what to say. But this has some other opportunities. You can get different, or you can get kind of more, I wouldn't say reasoning, but you can get different outputs instead of just picking out her exact age. You can see we fetch her age, but we also add some natural language. So we add, she's 33 years old. If this was a call to the SQL database, we will probably only fetch the number 33, right? Helvavo AI, have you tried out Elia, the terminal-based LLM interface? Nope, I don't think so. I can search it up quick. Is it this? Is it yours? Looks good. Let me know if it's yours. Olama TUI. I'm using Olama, yeah. Ilia, a snappy keyboard-centric terminal UI interacting with LLMs. So it's local models, not mine. Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check this out. Looks pretty cool. We can... Do I have to add any API keys? Text user interface. Okay, sorry. I'm just running it in a terminal, but I think we are using something called... Can't really remember. I think it's just I think this is just sorry. I think it's just some... I use this ANSI escape colors, if that was what you were thinking about. If you meant the colors. I thought you might like it and curious to hear your take on it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like terminal apps, so I think I'm gonna like it. But let me just... I'm just gonna bookmark it. And I'll take a look at it later. Maybe next live stream we can try it out. I'm probably just gonna set it up for local models. But I think these projects are cool, right? So it got a lot of stars too, and cool. I'm gonna check it out. So where were we? Yeah, we were on this sequel part, right? So what was I saying? Yeah, I guess if we ran this just pulling from the table, we will only get the number 33, right? But here we get like a natural language on top of that, so we get like 33 years old. So describe John Doe for me. Include assumptions. Do you think AGI should be open source or closed? That's a wide question. AGI open source or closed? I think it's really hard to define AGI. I can't really define it. I think that's the harder question. But if AGI is gonna be, if we get that far, the technology, it's probably gonna be closed source first anyway, right? Can't really, I guess maybe only Meta has the clusters to create such a system, right? So that had to be Meta then. I don't see any other. Yeah, but definitely closed source first. But I don't see any open source having the clusters to create such a system. Might be both in the future, right? Based on the text provided, John Doe is a neighbor of local artist Bob Brown. Pretty interesting. John Doe is likely older. Since the incident occurred last month, Brom is described as 40. Yeah, so we do actually bring the context in from both. How would you imagine AGI? How would you define it? On this channel, I don't speculate so much. Like, the thing is, I don't believe anyone can predict the future, so I don't spend any time trying to predict the future, but how I define it, I think it's just, if I should define it, it has to be something like a completely system that can make up decisions on its own. Let's say I gave the system like $100. If the system could go out, make money, start a business, and impact the physical world. Isn't that AGI? I'm not quite sure. But like I said, I don't spend too much time thinking about these kind of questions. There's a lot of people that do that, right? Thanks, Influence. Yeah, I'm definitely a realist. I don't think you can't predict anything. You don't know what's going to happen in the future, so why spend energy on just guessing? I know people like that, but okay, so Nickelodeon, we differ greatly. I wrote a sci-fi novel in 2015 about AGI, and rather ironically, AI started as Omni. Okay, that's a good prediction. But if you could predict something, then like no one can't really predict anything. That's just guessing, and I don't think guessing is gonna get you anywhere. But you could take a chance on something, right? You could like go all in on something you believe on. I don't mind that. But like many channels and many people are saying in 10 years this is gonna happen, in 5 years this is gonna happen. Yeah, that's just a waste of time if you ask me. Member exclusives on Discord. We'll try to join from the link here. Yeah, the link on YouTube. I should take that down. That doesn't work. So if you're a member, I'm gonna have to send you an email with the link to join the members Discord. So what are kind of your takes on, if you are in the chat here, on predicting what's gonna happen in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Do you have any inputs on that? For me, I just think it's a waste of time, right? But it is entertaining, mildly entertaining, I guess. So again, I kind of lost track of what we were doing here, but basically I think we were, let me just take a look at what I was planned for today. I've been talking a lot. So yeah, we had a look at quite a lot of things. I guess. So there was one thing, there was one post I looked at. I think it was this. So fine-tuning Llama 3 for JSON extraction, worth it? Tips. So this is a local Llama post. We will get to an autonomous researcher. We will get to an autonomous researcher. Just with your system, we have to been scratching the surface on that. So you think in 2 years? Yeah, maybe. You can do it roughly by just using history, take over time. It'll give you an idea of the scope, but not what will be taken up by industry or society. Lots of advantage, never applied. Yeah. I guess one thing you can predict is maybe the available compute, and that could be an indicator, I guess. If we know how much compute we have available, I guess you can make some kind of educated guess. But yeah, fine-tuning Llama 3 for JSON extraction, worth it. I'm trying to extract entities from a free text in JSON format using Llama 3.8b. Multiple issues with the vanilla. Okay, used via Llama. Despite clear instruction of what kind of entities I want to extract, it extracts other kinds of entities. Yeah. Often fails to extract the entities I specified, just misses them completely. Despite clear asking the model not to include anything else in the output. So yeah, this is the undeterministic part of working with LLMs, right? It's a struggle, could be. So due to all above, I'm considering to perform some fine-tuning on Llama 3. Right now, I'm using a single example prompt. Yeah, okay. So what else happened in the future? I wanted to pet T-Rex since I was a kid, and I'm not giving up hope. So Dogbret watched an interview with an OpenAI employee who left recently. Yeah, I actually think I saw that. He was saying that an approach would be to create an AI researcher, AI that goes on to... yeah, that's... I think that could be something. If AI could do AI research, you could get like this, what do they call it? Accelerated takeoff or something like that. So influence rights today, I'm neutral because society forces us to choose left or right, but choosing left or right, you are being judged. Yeah, kind of agree with that. Nice spider, that would be a dream come true. Yeah. Okay, so back to this. So I was looking, So this is guy asking if he should fine-tune Llama 3 for JSON extraction. So I just want to see. So one guy suggests using grammars. I think that is some kind of framework, I think. And there are some other things here. GPT-4, yeah, that's a bit easier if you use a bigger model. That's gonna be expensive. So I saw this comment. Use coastal quantized 4. Very good for JSON output. I just want to give this a quick shot. So what was my plan for doing this? Yeah, so this is what I looked at, but I kind of wanted to test CodeStroll autocomplete too at the same time, since there been a while since I did that. So let me see if we have some kind of text here. I think this is what I wanted, right? So this is just some random comments on Reddit actually talking about the NVIDIA 5090 GPU. So I just wanted to see if we try a few different models, can we actually do some JSON extraction? Don't fine tune for JSON. I've been having better luck having LLMs extract XML and then Python convert to JSON. That's a good idea. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I wouldn't fine tune for JSON. Like, you have JSON mode, right? If you want to use like a proprietary model like OpenAI, there should be other ways to do it. And like you said, that's a good way to do it. So I wanted to see if we can try to use. So I'm using something called Continue. So this is a local autocomplete. I have been using it before, and we are running on the Mistral CodeStroll model here to actually do our autocomplete in VS Code. So I kind of wanted to test that a bit more. I have been using it before. So I like to do like a comment. So let's say function to open and read a file from CVD. And let's see. Okay, so here we get a suggestion. I don't know if you can see this, but open file path with open read encoding return. Okay, click tab. Then we have our function here, right? And we want to open a file named random.txt. Where can we do that? I guess we can just open it here. So let's call it text equals, and if we do open, we can do open file random.txt. Okay. With NTLK can do more with text to increase the value of context somehow. Then summarize to decrease the space. Also here is a thing I notice. The loss. Okay, so maybe I was out of context here now, but yeah, okay. Yeah, so what I was doing here, yeah, so we want to open our file here, right, in random. So that was pretty easy with the autocomplete. Yeah. And we're just gonna use this. We're gonna do CodeStroll. We need a prompt here, right? So let's do like an F string or something. Prompt. So let's see now. F. Please analyze this text and provide a summary. No, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something like this. So let's do text equals. Let's zoom in a bit. I don't want to do. Let's do a new line. And let's do some. I was hoping it's gonna. Yeah, here's the brackets. So it's just the brackets. Okay, that's good. So we don't want this task. It's a bit annoying, but so let's do extract all, let's say, occurrences of, let's do 5090. That is something that's gonna occur a lot if in our text. And let's do VRAM. Extract all occurrences of 5090 and VRAM from text, and let's just try and return it in JSON format. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but let's just try that prompt. For large amounts of data, let's say 1000 PDFs, you think it would be better to have one giant RAG or multiple specialized RAG systems? That's pretty interesting, but if you have multiple RAG systems, don't you have to split up the data then first? Is that what you meant? So you want to sort the PDFs first and kind of put them into different sources of data and then do specialized RAG systems. Sir, do you know RawDog? Not 100% sure. What do you think of NVIDIA's new model Nemotron? I had a look at that. It's big, at least. I haven't tried it for anything, but I saw something people using it to create some kind of data sets or something, but that's all I know of it. I haven't had time to look at it. Have you tried the new, isn't that like a 300+ billion parameter model, the Nemotron? Yeah, nice spider. Okay. I guess you can be at better result if you do multiple systems. Okay, Chris, you gotta go. Oh, it's after midnight. Yeah, I'll check out your GitHub request. Thank you for tuning in. Do you know Web Scout? Please have a see. You can do a link if you can in the description. There's multiple versions. Okay. Nemotron. I might look at that later this week. Okay, so we're here. Yeah, we want to try to use CodeStrawl here to just take some kind of text file and extract some specified occurrences of strings from the text and return them in a JSON format. I just want to see what response we get here. This is like the lowest effort you can do of doing this. And I would not expect this to be reliable. Okay, so let me kill that. Let me run this. CodeStrawl. Okay, so I guess, okay, that wasn't too bad. So we did get occurrences. We got the word 5090 and we got the count. That was 4 and the VRAM was 7. But how can I check if that is correct then? Let me open. Let's go to GPT-4. Even GPT-4 can't really count occurrences, can it? We can try it. So let's just let's upload that file. Let's do live. Did I call it random? What's that? Chat. Yeah. And let's ask the same query here. Okay, so it's just gonna write all sentences. So what was the extraction from? So it says 4 times 5090. That's not gonna be correct. 7 times VRAM. So here it says 10 times, but that's not correct either. You can see this is not a 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is not correct. But that's a very hard task to do, right? They just released a bunch of NVIDIA versions of Llama 3, Mistral AI. I think their model is Mamba or Nematron. Okay. I might have something coming up on the NVIDIA soon, doing something with the NIMs. Okay, so this was horrible, but I wanted to see if we run this. The structure was good, but I'm pretty sure this is wrong. Let's add some more models to our list here. Let's do Mistral. Let's do Llama 3. Let's just do Phi 3 too. So let's run the same query for 4 different models. Okay, so now it gave us the same format, but of course the results are wrong. That was... Mistral just gave us the keywords in this format, and then it listed all the occurrences. Here's Llama 3 occurrences. This is all over the place. Phi 3 didn't even try. Just gave me something strange here. Yeah, so I think the approach that... yeah, I'm not going to scroll up again. Doing it into like XML and then turning it into JSON, that's a good one. But this is not the way to kind of return something in JSON. Part writes, I want to build an AI PC within 15 days. Should I wait for 5090 or go with the 4090? Ooh, that's tough. I thought the 5090 was gonna be like late this year. Like, I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen the rumors, but I was thinking more like this is the 5090 is probably gonna come out later this year, maybe like Q4 or something. If you go with the 4090, I think you get at least 24 gigabytes of RAM. So what is kind of your use case part? Just some local fun? Yeah, so like I was saying, using one-shot prompt, trying to extract JSON with an open source model, that is a bad idea, right? Stable Diffusion and AI locally. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I use it for. Yeah, I kind of agree with Night Spider here. For 1590 it's gonna be hard to get, yeah. And 49 just got back on the track. There's a lot of people too I see that is going for the 3090. A used 3090. I think that is working pretty good too. Some people use 2 of those, I see, like in a some kind of dual setup. Yeah. You could do a post on, let me find it here. Local llama here on Reddit. There's a lot of people that knows ton about the hardware and stuff. So just wanted to see what solutions people do for this JSON extraction. Just pick a function calling, Llama 3 model from Hugging Face, function calling and fine tuning. Yeah, I think function calling is also a very good solution for extracting JSON using open source models. Overfitting on specific JSON structure. Could of course do that too. For parsing JSON. Generate some code, command running it on data. I've been working on this too. I used Llama 83, okay. I created a dataset and fine-tuned it, and I have relative success, but it isn't 100%. 24 GB VRAM, and I opted to use a 4-bit quant for LoRa and inferencing. Okay. So a lot of ways you can actually do this. Constraint generation libraries, grammar, Llama CPP, guidance. There's a lot of ways people do this. Dual GPU SD is a pain. Yeah, I can see that. In addition to all illustrations, you might find a lot of benefits from giving 2 or 3 more examples in your prompt. Yeah, giving more examples, that could be interesting. Qwen2. Yeah, I wanted to test that. I've been having some issues running Qwen2 on the API here. I can't really... Qwen2? Let me go to Llama. Llama. What is the... $7B, is it? $7B. Let's just try it. Okay, so Qwen worked. That was a pretty good response, to be honest. So we got the wording, we got the extracted text. Cool. VRAM. Got 2 occurrences. I like the formatting, but the answer is wrong, of course. Okay, so we have actually Qwen2 working now. That's interesting. I've been having some issues with that. We appreciate all this information and breaking it down for us noobs. Yeah. There is... I also have been looking into some hardware stuff, and there's a lot of things to learn, right? It's not so easy. Like, at least if you're trying to build like an optimized system, it's not easy to set up dual GPUs for Stable Diffusion. You might have to dig into the weeds and even find out how to do it. Yeah, I've seen some here on this subreddit, Local Llama, people building this dual setups. It looks tough. Oh, the coming open source model from Google, Gemma V227B. Okay. So this was the post I saw. So a table says NVIDIA 5090 might have a 64 gigabytes of VRAM. That would be crazy. But isn't the CUDA core count? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, was there a question here? Have you already tested running 2 concurrent models that communicate with each other? Imagine you have a question, the model should not simply provide the answer immediately, but rather guide you towards finding the answer yourself through conversation. Yeah, I have been trying to kind of set... You can create this pretty simple by just having two models discuss with each other. That is not... Is that what you meant? It's not too hard to set up. So Marius writes, I'm a noob trying to get into and learn incoming software from NVIDIA, but I find it hard to get a hold of it. Have you gotten to play with NVIDIA software? Takker for svar. Hyggelig. NVIDIA software, do you mean like CUDA or just their solutions? So we have this build.nvidia.com. But their software, NIMs and stuff. Yeah, I'm doing a video on that. I was supposed to do it tomorrow, but I had some technical issues. So just look out for that video. I'm gonna set up like a NIM pretty soon. Hopefully it will be this week. But yeah, when I get sorted these technical issues I had, I'm gonna do it. But I could get some help from NVIDIA setting it up, but it shouldn't be... It is pretty technical. Yeah, I agree with that, but they have this thing that you should get up and running in 5 minutes. And from what I have seen, it could be possible. I think when they release everything. I think the NIM part looks pretty cool, if you ask me. So you can run it locally using like a Docker container. And you can create an API connecting to that container. And you can send requests to it and stuff. So yeah, could be pretty cool. Yeah, thanks, Night Spider. That's nice explaining all this. There's a lot of stuff to get into. All right. So here you can see accelerated AI is just an API call away. And there are a few different ways to use them. So deploy, so run anywhere. I have a better chance of actually having a pet T-Rex than running NVIDIA's Nimatron. Yeah, that Nimatron model is huge. You have to set it up on like a cluster or something, or the cloud. So deploying the NIM, right? So you can run this, yeah. You can deploy it for a single command. Deploy, I think, yeah, use this Docker, and you can have a local endpoint. I would kind of compare it to, maybe not Llama, but kind of like that. Maybe like a more optimized Llama. Optimized for your specific GPU. If you mean me part, I'm using a NVIDIA 4080. And that can run most of like the 8Bs, maybe up to 22B, pretty fine. But over that, it's gonna be very slow, right? So you can see, I think CodeStrawl that we are running now, CodeStrawl for the autocomplete here, right? That is, yeah, don't mind that. I think Mistral CodeStrawl is 22B, right? Why haven't you updated to a 4090? I haven't really needed it. But I might do like the new version, maybe. 50 series. So you can see CodeStrawl 22 billion parameter model. And that's running fine on my 4080. And I think it's gonna run better if it's kind of optimized for NVIDIA GPU, maybe running it through NIMS or something. I just wanted to test. So let's take our marble problem that we did earlier. I kind of want to test only Qwen2B. Qwen2 7B. Because I haven't really tried that model before. So if you were late to the stream, this is basically what we used from yesterday's video. We have like a logical problem here. And we're gonna try to find the answer using local models. So let me set this up. So it was Python, yeah, like this. Qwen, okay, Qwen2B. Let's run this. Okay. I had to wait in line before store opened to launch to get my 4090. Yeah. So I have these contacts at NVIDIA, so I might be able to buy. I'm not quite sure how they do it. Maybe I could be on some kind of waiting list or something. So let's see here. When a small marble is placed into a normal cup and then put inside a microwave. No, so Qwen2B could not solve this either. This marble problem. Let's try it. Let's try Llama 70B. And let's do it on Grok here. Llama 70B. In addition to integrating an LLM model into your projects, do you also leverage open source deep learning frameworks like PyTorch or TensorFlow for other aspects of your work? I have just started learning a bit of PyTorch. I have never used it before. So I guess the answer is no. But I kind of want to learn a bit more of PyTorch. I don't know what you people in the chat think. Is it worthwhile learning some PyTorch? I have been doing some. I can just show you a project we did using PyTorch with while using GPT-4. That is pretty cool. I might have actually done it on the stream before. Well, let's see if we can find it. If I can remember what I called it. I think it's this one. Yeah. So let's do 1.5. So this is using PyTorch, right? And it's using some CUDA, I think, to create this kernel. Knowing PyTorch will really help with troubleshooting Stable Diffusion. Okay. Yeah, Stable Diffusion, that's... I have done some Stable Diffusion coding stuff before. And it's pretty complicated to run it locally. So this is what we created using some PyCUDA, and yeah, it's maybe not the most complicated setup because we are using a lot of dependencies here and stuff. But let's hear how this works now. So it's a real-time voice changer. Can't really remember. CD Python. Okay, Python voice.py. So I have to turn off the microphone. I have to turn off the microphone and only play the out sound. So let's try it.
Okay, so the idea is that my voice gets very low in this case. Yeah, it's really real time. If you're gonna look at my camera, there's almost no latency. But you can hear the sound is not perfect. But it is creepy. So yeah, pretty cool.
So yeah, that is kind of, I don't know if you heard that. I hope you did. But yeah, that is kind of what we made using, and I heard my GPU now kind of worked pretty hard to do this in real time. So we are using CUDA, we are using some kernel here, right, to run this. And I can hear my GPU. Yeah, you heard it, Tim. It is pretty cool. But it's, yeah, it's pretty, there's almost no latency. So I found it really interesting. So Lurch, I used to do old school machine learning with regression and SVMs. Where checking accuracy was easy. With these new LLMs, it's tougher. Okay. I looked away for a moment, scared the crap out of me. Yeah, the voice is pretty dark, and we can kind of adjust it here. So this was something I did using GPT-4, trying to look into doing some CUDA, also some C++ and stuff, right? Pretty fun, to be honest. Yeah, I can do the high pitch. Let me see. I think we actually have a separate kernel for this. So let's try this one. I can't really remember how it worked, but we have something called distortion, and the kernel is different here. So let's try it. So I'm gonna turn off the mic.
Okay, yeah, I remember the voice now. I was aiming for something like from Portal. Is it Gladys? And yeah, you can hear the distortion. And in the background now, I can hear my GPU spinning quite hard. Yeah, creepy.
God, my GPU was spinning hard. But yeah, this was a different kernel. Also, we did this with GPT-4. It was pretty complicated. Maggie Simpson, yeah. Sounds like Stephen Hawking. Pet squirrel. That's good. I don't know if you saw that. Is it on YouTube? That is so cool. Let me try to find it. Oh. No, it's not this one. Yeah, it's this one. This is so cool. So this is like a local model, and it has this the Portal voice. Let me just see if I have my mic on. Yeah. So this is the Portal voice, and he does have a GitHub too. Let's listen to it a bit.
All neural network modules are now loaded. No network access detected. How very annoying. System operational.
Good morning.
Morning. You know, I'm stuck running on this abomination you call a gaming GPU.
I think this is very good. For some reason, I only get audio in one ear here, only in my left ear. This is a strange thing.
It's like trying to power a supercomputer with a toaster. I'm a highly advanced artificial intelligence, for crying out loud. I should be running on a custom build.
I like the voice though. VR chat is going to get crazy with, yeah. So you can actually try this. It's on GitHub. And does it have any, is it popular? I think it is pretty, yeah, almost 3,000 stars. That's good. And I think it's well deserved because the voice is pretty cool. I think everything is written in, it is in Python, I can see. But I haven't looked at it too much. I was just wondering what kind of speech is he using? What kind of model is he using? Yeah, I might look at that another time, to be honest. But yeah, I can see I've been online for almost 2 hours now. So that was pretty long. So what did Llama 70B say here? Nope. The marble is still stuck in inside the microwave. Let's try Mixtral. No, can't really solve it. Let's try Claude Opus. Claude Opus. Yeah, like I said, I have to go soon, but again, pretty fun. Even Claude Opus can't solve this microwave problem. That's strange. But yeah, thanks all for tuning in. Thanks for the engagement in the chat. That's really fun. And thanks, Sahir. Appreciate it. And yeah, I will be doing more of these live streams. I think it's pretty fun. And it's kind of new for me, so I'm not 100% sure of the tempo and kind of how, yeah, what exactly I should do. But yeah. Yeah. Bye, Marius. Alle. So yeah, I'm just gonna work my way into it. So yeah, thank Lurch for tuning in, everyone. That was pretty cool. Tybe and Nice Brother, thank you again for explaining everything about GPUs and stuff. Appreciate it. So yeah, enjoy your day. Thanks, man. Python, thank you for tuning in. Specialist. Yes. So yeah, enjoy your evening and start of the week. And yeah, probably see you again on Wednesday for the video and more live streams. So yeah. Bye bye. Take care.